Yes, guys, I hope you're doing well and I hope you started the day in a positive way. So in today's transformation type video, we're going to go over the hard gainer. And typically, I'll have a lot of guys, especially younger guys, coming to me in this exact same position. So what is a hard gainer? A hard gainer is typically somebody who, no matter how hard they're working, no matter how much they're trying, no matter how much they feel they're eating, they just cannot gain any size. They cannot gain any muscle. And, they're not able to push themselves any stronger in the gym. And this is a really frustrating position to be in. Believe me now, almost every single day, I'll have young lads message me who are telling me that, look, no matter how much I'm eating, no matter how hard I'm training in the gym, I just can't make any progress. And it's sad because a lot of the times, due to misinformation out there, they end up going down a route using performance enhancers for all the wrong reasons. So before we go any further into today's video, what I want to tell you, and I really mean this, I want to assure you on this, that you can absolutely gain a lot of muscle when you do everything right before even contemplating using any enhancement, all right? And that's what we're going to cover here. So let's go over what a hard gainer is and how to combat that and how I work with hard gainers to put a lot of muscle on them consistently. So the very first thing that we need to address is where most people fall over: diet. Now, I know you've heard this a lot of times before, but believe me now, the amount of guys that I've had come to me and say to me, I'm eating loads and I cannot put on size. Then I look at their diet and I look at the detail. You hear that saying, right? The devil's in the detail. It couldn't be more true when it comes to progress with your physique. I look at their diet and I say, okay, you're eating heavy 2-3 times in the week. But day by day throughout the week, you are eating nowhere close to what you need to grow. Do you understand what I mean? There's eating a lot and there's eating enough to grow. There's two different ball games. So the first thing we do is I look at the diet and we fix that. Now, a lot of people get shocked when I write them a diet plan out and we're looking to gain size and they're coming from a hard gainer position, because it doesn't look anything like a typical bodybuilding diet. And the reason that is because if you're a hard gainer and you're already struggling to gain size and you need a lot of food to do that, I can tell you right now, if you stick to the bodybuilding staples, whole foods, you're going to find yourself in a terrible position digestion-wise. Because when you're forcing all that food down your body and it can't digest it, you're not making progress at all. What you're doing is you're just pounding your digestive system. We don't want that. So typically when I give guys their diet, they get shocked. They say, Afsa, man, this has got quite a bit of junk food in. What's going on here? I'm meant to be gaining muscle. I say to them that when you're in a position where your metabolism is very fast, when you're in a position where you're staying lean, when you're in a position where you don't have much size to you, your best friend, your best ally are calorically dense sources of food. Food that will cause you as least digestive stress as possible, but allow you to pack in those calories. If you're a hard gainer, don't think bodybuilding, think strongman. These guys know how to eat to gain strength and to gain size rapidly. You follow that sort of approach and you'll start to see that size pile on. I love it, man. I have guys who have been training for not months. I have guys who've been training for fucking years. And they come to me and they've been unable to get any sort of tangible size. And within weeks of fixing their diet and making them eat the food that they need to eat to grow, day in, day out, all of a sudden that physique comes to life. They're looking bigger, they're looking rounder, they're looking fuller, and it translates into the gym. They're getting stronger. The sessions are getting more intense, which takes me to my next point. So in the gym, as a hard gainer, the approach that we take is we strip away all the fluff that we don't need, all right? At the stage of where you're trying to gain muscle, your workouts want to be low volume, high intensity, focusing on compound movements. Movements that include a lot of different muscle groups and allow you to progress at an accelerated rate. So you're going into the gym now with a purpose. You ain't going there to just get a pump. You ain't going there to just have a great session, with your mate. You're going there because you're looking at those training sessions as performances. Every workout, you're going there to do the maximum in the minimum time. So you go there and you're thinking, either I'm going to get stronger, either I'm going to push more reps, either I'm going to have better control. And when you've had that attitude with the new diet, for every session, every day, you're going to see big change. And because we stripped away all that nonsense pump work and focusing on the movements that are going to allow you to regrow and more importantly, recover, going on to this next point, recovery is key for hard gainers, all right? You can only grow and you can only progress as fast as you can recover. Let's go over that again. You can only grow and progress as fast as you can recover. So if you got your food there, if you got your training on point, but your recovery is poor, your sleep is poor, you're not going to make any progress. So especially being in a hard gaining position with that metabolism firing, and we need that recovery, make sleep a priority. This is number 3 point. And then the 4th point here, which might come as a shock to a lot of you, but you'll see why I do it. I like to add cardio in, high intensity cardio. Now you're probably sitting there and thinking, how does that make any logical sense? If you've got a guy who's already struggling to gain muscle, who's already, not recovering as best as he can do, who isn't eating as much as he can do, and now you want to add cardio in, even if you fix those 3 things off, so you're mad. Why would you add, if you add cardio in, he's going to not gain as much size. Wrong. Cardio, we have this, this vision that cardio is just for fat loss. Cardio is a tool. It's a tool we use on your journey. So if you're a guy that's a hard gainer, I'm going to be making you do small, short, intense sessions of cardio. Do you want to know why? To help with your appetite, to help with your digestion, to help with your recovery, to help with active recovery and blood flow. That's the only reason we got it there. Small, short sessions for maximum results. Now you combine all these things and you do these things week in, week out, and oh my God, the results are going to blow your mind. You're going to see yourself gradually, consistently get bigger and stronger. I will tell you, I have guys and they start on week 1 with me, and by week 20, they're telling me they can't even believe the size they've got to. They can't, let alone their friends, their family, their work colleagues, they themselves didn't even know that was capable. And what is the most shocking thing is, we've made only a few changes, but what we've done is the tweaks we've made have had massive effect. So if you're sitting there and you're a hard gainer, soak all this knowledge in and start addressing the points that I've told you. Now, in the journey itself, if you're on a journey and you're a hard gainer, how does it work? Do you literally just start and just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger? No, because your body's an adaptive machine, yes, but it's clever and you will hit plateau. You'll hit a point where you're thinking, man, I'm eating way too much food. I'm forcing it all down. I'm training hard, but it's becoming a real burden. It's becoming real difficult now. I don't know if I can keep that up. So what I do with guys is we start here. So they're starting there. This is the size they want to get to. We don't go straight up. What we do is we zigzag. So I kind of bulk, then we maintain, cut a little bit, get your digestion back working, get yourself, in a position where you'll be able to eat a lot more again, get yourself into a position where you're holding your new weight, and then repeat. The same, and then repeat. This way, we put a bit of size on, we maintain that size, we clean up digestion, we lose a little bit of body fat, then we go back to building. And if you do this zigzag approach, say over 30, 40 weeks, you've managed to stay in shape the entire time while adding a lot of quality muscle, size and strength. And you do that, you'll never ever look back. So before you think about going down any sort of darker routes, think about your diet, think about the way you're training, think about your recovery, think about your cardio, think about the attitude, the focus and the vision you're going in with. And I guarantee you, you start nailing all 4 of these points and using that zigzag method, you won't believe the progress you make.